As we start this week off with our deer to eagle, we take a look out there at the enclosure we have right here by the front door. And we see my baby wild child out there. And split ears looks like, and maybe Rose, and a little Tiny. You can see how tiny he is. And we lost Tiny's sister to that really strange accident. But you can see just how big, I don't think that's split ears out there. You can just see how big wild child has got. And what they're stomping at and what they're really paying attention to is Bella. Bella's here with us this week. Well, Sherry and Jack, there she is right there. She's a big girl. She doesn't bother the deer at all either. Once those labs learn not to mess with them. Saw a squirrel back there in the background. They don't. I'm sure Benelli's out there with her as well. But they're not scared of them, but they know to pay close attention. But yeah, that's big, beautiful wild child. I definitely want to let her run around, but golly, just scared to death of losing her. I lost her adopted brother, the other deer we raised with her. They thought they were brother and sister. And little Whitey, and he just never came back. And that's probably not a good sign of him being alive. But we start a week looking at those. We'll be going in the pens with them and feeding them and seeing if Casper has lost that other antler. He did lose the antler last week, and I think we had that on the antlers video. Might have had it on the just regular deer video as well. So we'll see, but look at that pretty little Tiny. She is just precious. And I mean, she is just a beautiful little deer. Kind of wished I'd raised her by hand. She'd make a wonderful little pet, but she's relatively tame. She's a pretty little girl. Wild child, I hope you have me a white baby and a brown baby both. Wouldn't that be cool? Golly, I don't know what caused all that. I suspect the dogs went down to the water, but we just had 2 or 3 bucks, 5 or 6 does come running across. It looks like Forrest is amongst that bunch. Looks like there's another buck or 2 there. And it looks like little buddy is with that bunch. But we got bucks and does. We got a little bit of everything there. That's a big, beautiful buck right there. Look at that boy. He is a dandy. More bucks running out there in the woods. I know the dogs are out there, both Bella and Benelli. Look at that buck right there, though. Oh, my goodness. We've been seeing that guy hanging around the house here quite a bit. He is just absolutely a gorgeous deer. Really, really beautiful. And another buck's way on out there. Does. A buck way over there. Another buck behind that tree that looks like Buddy. I think that's Buddy right there. I believe that's Buddy. Not positive. That's Buddy for sure. Yeah. And lots of deer go around by the feeder. Let's go take a look and see what we can see over there, okay? Look at that big boy. Let's watch him for a second. See what he's doing. Bucks are so impressive when they're walking away. Unless you have a bow in your hand. Then you don't like to see him walking away like that. But he is so impressive. So very impressive. Look at that guy. That's what it's all about right there. Beautiful, beautiful, big, giant buck. Huh. That deer run by so fast I couldn't even see him. There's another one over there. I've got zoomed out a little bit too much. Another deer right there. There's something running, or something scaring them out there. Still no rain here at the Eagle, but it does look like we have a a real nice bunch of deer out in the yard. That looks like it's, oh, Jimmy, what happened there? Oh, mercy, I don't know what happened on that deal. That was terrible, wasn't it? But we do have a real nice bunch of deer out in the yard. One down there getting a drink. We got a little buck out there. At least one little buck out there, a little spike out there with that bunch of does and fawns. We look over here across the yard and we see deer scattered out all along through there, really. Several deer out there. Some of them back against the weeds there, getting a drink of water. Others out feeding on the ryegrass and clover and stuff that's out there in the yard. But pretty good little bunch of deer. Looks like 6 or 7 out there. I think one of those is a little buck there. But you can look and see that it still has not rained. We've had rain forecasts all day long. You look at the radar and it looks like it's raining. But obviously that's one of those times where, what's that guy looking at? They're always wary. It doesn't matter how comfortable they feel around an area. They are still always watching for danger. That's why deer are one of the most wary animals to hunt. Particularly if you're hunting with a bow, it makes it much more difficult because you got to get them up relatively close. But you can see they look really beautiful out there. And there goes my focus again. Back out a little bit. The lake is beautiful out there today. Not getting to fish hardly any at all. I might try to go make a few casts off the dock and see what happens. At some point in time, the fish have got to start biting a little bit better. Some of them got to get around within a cast of that dock so I can catch them. But so far, that hadn't hardly happened. But that's a pretty sight out there nonetheless. And I enjoy it. And it seems like they're enjoying it too. Well, the bucks have all left. The bucks have left. The sun came out a little bit. Now it's clouded back up. And we do have more rain forecast. We've got some mamas and babies out there. They're very, very cautious. But they're out there enjoying the ryegrass as well. You see the rye's greening back up and growing, getting taller. And that ought to go pretty good. In fact, that ryegrass now might grow clear up until the Bermuda starts growing. It kind of depends on what we have this next week. We do have, going to get down below freezing tonight. Might have a little bit of snow somewhere in the middle of the night. But we've got a nice little bunch of does and fawns out there and enjoying themselves. They're scattered really all across the yard. They hear me talking in here, even though I'm shooting through the door. They hear me talking, and they're a little cautious. Of course, they're cautious when they're out in the open like that right now, but they feel very, very secure, very, very safe. Those are all wild deer as well. I don't think any of those deer, the does have a tag in their left ear, so you can see the left ear of pretty much every one of them right there. No, I don't see any tags at all on any of those deer at all. But anyway, that's a nice look right there. Wind's out of the north. And it's still in the 30s out there. It's pretty cool. And it's still wintertime as you look across the lake. Definitely still wintertime. But spring is getting closer every single day, every single day. And the deer, I bet they're ready for spring. I know one thing. Jimmy's sure ready. Now there is a beautiful sight right there. That's a big herd of elk. A really good herd of elk. But now get in here. A really good herd of elk. Got a lot of wind blowing. I don't like that. Get back behind the windshield maybe a little bit. Some of them are laying down. And that decides I better get up. That's a baby. Got a lot of babies in there. We got mamas in there. Everybody is just enjoying this cool February afternoon. Just absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous animals. Not only gorgeous, a lot of them. I mean, that is a good bunch of elk right there. Woo-hoo. Aren't they beautiful? Those are big animals right there, boys and girls. I'm talking big animals. Some of them just relaxing, laying down. Not paying a whole lot of attention to Jimmy and the dogs. Yep, we're all just fine, Jimmy. Just look and enjoy. We're all doing absolutely great. Look at that. That's livestock right there. Well, that is something that happens very little here on Twin Eagle Ranch. We have it happen every now and then, but Nellie went out to check it out. That is snow. That's right, snow. Just started. We got almost an inch of rain today, 9/10 actually. Well, one was right on 9, one was almost an inch. But Nellie says, this is pretty cool, but Nellie's never seen rain before. I don't think. We were born in November last year. I don't think she saw any rain, or snow. She's seen rain. Not a whole lot of rain, really. But that's beautiful out there. It just really looks nice. I'll go out and shine some. Take a little shot out front, too. I got a little light going out there on the front deck. That's pretty right there coming down in that light, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? Now, I know a lot of you see snow all the time, and snow's not any big deal, especially some little, y'all would call this a dusting. You really wouldn't even call this a snow, but covering the ground, 33 degrees out there. And if it had been 33 degrees all day, we'd have had a big snow out there. But we don't have a big snow, and we're not going to get a big snow. This is going to last maybe an hour or so, or a couple hours. Look over there. It's beautiful on that side, too, as it goes by that light. Pretty heavy snow, actually. But we love it. We actually love it. Our ground's getting white. That's going to be about 50 degrees tomorrow, so you know the snow's not going to stay. But it's wonderful. It's beautiful. But Nellie's eating some snow. Bella staying here all this week as well. I was drinking a little bit of water. But Nellie said, this is pretty neat. I like this stuff. Yeah, you're licking it right up. Let's go see what the other side looks like. It's after midnight. It's really time to go to bed here within the next hour or so, but I'm just enjoying watching the snow. As we open the door out on the lakeside, we get another really nice look at the snow. It's nice for this southern boy, I guarantee you. The deck, it's got snow on it. About covered it, you can see. That's pretty nice. The hot tub would be nice to be in right now. But Nellie leaving tracks in the snow. Thinking about getting in the hot tub herself, maybe. A little snow, we gotta get, we probably got a 1/4 inch out there right now, maybe. The front yard is getting white. The dock looks beautiful down there. I love my blue lights. And that big old yard light there where I can see the deer and stuff out in the yard at night. But you can see we have a little bit of a snow going. It's just really, really pretty. To me, I love to get out and look up in the snow. When we lived up around Moore, Oklahoma, between Oklahoma City and Norman, you get a little bit more snow up there. Well, really quite a little bit more than they get down here. And they don't get a lot of snow either, but it's a rare sight here in southern Oklahoma. But I'm enjoying it a lot. Chris has gone to bed, but I went in there and checked and she was awake. And I said, look out the window, baby. She said, I see it, it's snow. And hopefully it'll stay cold, so when we get up at daylight in the morning, it's just a few hours away. Hopefully the ground will be covered. We'll get to look at it in the daytime. At least for a little while. It's gonna all melt tomorrow. Thank you, Lord. This is beautiful. I don't have to get out on the highway. That makes it even better. And it's gonna be 65 degrees a couple, 2 or 3 days from now. And I'm going fishing.